Good morning. It's Wednesday, November the 1st, Dia de los Muertos, and you're watching Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this Wednesday morning. A little chilly outside there. If you haven't been out yet, very chilly. I know one person who's probably been out already this morning, Dr. Amy Tan, Dean of our English and Communications programs. Amy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Todd. It is beautiful outside, so everybody needs to go outside.
It's beautiful, chilly, and it's supposed to be the coldest night tonight that we've had since last February. So that's a long time, especially after this summer that was just crazy, right?
Scorching summer, yes, but it's such an extreme because it was 80 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah. And it's going to be a swing of almost 40 something degrees tonight for most of the viewing area of ours. So make sure you bundle up. Stick around, get outside though, and enjoy the day. We've got your news and information for the next half hour. You know, one thing we have coming up later this week that I know it's important to you and our faculty, and especially our adjuncts, is the Beta-Check Orman auction, right? And that's an annual event. Tell us a bit about it.
Yes, we're so excited. It's going to be Friday night at West Loop Auditorium. It's an excellent event where we have a silent auction and a live auction. And so we raise money for our adjunct faculty, professional development, and emergency funds. And it's a fun social event. Everybody dresses up for the theme. And this year it's the 1940s.
The 1940s. I've heard there are some cool items that you can bid on. Some, I can't remember who it was. Was it... maybe it was Dr. Peters that told me that she picked up a really valuable painting by a famous artist. You know, she was able to get that.
Yes, and a lot of our HCC faculty will donate their art. Sometimes our students will donate their art. So and it's like a big garage sale. So there's
Yeah.
always something for everyone.
All right. So we'll talk more about that as the week progresses. But remember, it is Friday night. We're live just about every morning here on HCC, and you can watch us on several social media sites. We're live at 10 a.m. Mondays through Fridays, just about every Monday through Friday when HCC is in session. But they can also catch us in social media anytime and on our cable channel, Amy.
That's right. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and at 10 p.m., and that is Monday through Friday.
Okay, Amy, you're going to be speaking with these next guests. It's Gaming Wednesday, and we're going to be talking with some advisors in about gaming programs and so forth. Dr. Nazanin Hebel is the biology professor for HCC Northwest. She's also an advisor in A-Leaf Anime Village Club, and she's joined by Dharma Lopez, HCC student and president of the club. Good morning to you, ladies. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're looking forward to hearing about all of these, all of the exciting things you have going on. So stick around. Amy will be with you in about 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, but first, for this special day after Halloween, Dia de los Muertos, we welcome a team who has created what they call EnchanTech Castle. Ruben Duran, remember him? He's been on our show several times. He's the associate director of the XR Lab Studio and Reality Collab Center for Learning Innovation, and Patrick Obumselu, who is an HCC student, but also the creator of EnchanTech Castle. Welcome to the show to you both. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Todd.
So, Ruben, we've been promoting this for a week, and what the heck is it? Is it an actual castle? Is it a metaverse? Is it virtual? What's going on there? Because I just don't get it yet. I've seen some of the pictures, though, you were posting. It looks like it's more virtual. So tell me about the EnchanTech Castle.
It is virtual in itself, but it's also local, where the students and the people that are participating are actually accessing the castle using virtual reality goggles in these different virtual reality labs with other institutions such as University of Houston Central, University of Houston Clear Lake, and a university in Brazil, IFAC. And so the many different areas were accessing the same castle, the enchanted Halloween space from there. And what the event is a fusion of fun, education, and innovation, where the students are introduced to this unique opportunity to explore what we know is the potential of the metaverse. The metaverse is an area where we think is the next iteration of the internet, in where at the beginning in the 90s, when we were eventually starting to build what we now know as the internet, we were not so much engaging our students then. And then it came the mobile revolution in the 2000s, and we were still not engaging them as much, other in certain different programs. Now, where we have many companies like Macy's and many others that are actually building metaverse interactive sites, are areas where we want our students to participate in that immersive economy. And this is the reason why we actually decided to host this event. That the theme is actually sustainability, where the students are learning in a game-like scenarios to engage and hopefully educate in the different sustainability projects that we have inside the metaverse. And the outcome from the beginning was, how do we first engage learning through exploration? How do we showcase the students at HCC and the brilliance in how they are building these amazing experiences? Learning beyond boundaries is also something that we saw happen yesterday when we held the event. And of course, a big chance for collaboration. And so very exciting for us how all of this is coming together.
So Ruben, I know you remember this, but you know what, the Oculus, because the students are in there wearing these Oculus goggles. We actually have a pair of them in this house. I didn't have them. When I moved in, my wife has a pair. Blows my mind, never used them. But you know what it kind of reminds me of, and I'm not sure if Patrick will remember this, but he's probably a bit too young, but it reminds me of Star Trek Next Generation, where they walk into the room and then they're immersed in a scene, you know, whether it's in the future, in the past, or fantasy, and they can participate in adventures or interact with characters. Here's my question. In your personal opinion, how far are we actually away from that? Because I don't think we're that far away at all.
Well, I think the answer is actually a more complex thought than just putting a virtual reality goggle. For us, the metaverse is a combination of all the different items that we use to access information on the web. And so this particular build, the EnchanTech Halloween, was something that was built for mobile, the same as it was built for browsers, as it was for goggles. Now, the goggles are, of course, a more immersive experience. But if you look at the way companies like Macy's and many others are using these metaverse technologies, it's not so much the goggles. Whether everybody's using goggles in the future or not is irrelevant to what we're doing, because this actually can be accessed using a browser on a computer in a beach somewhere.
Let's bring in the man who built this, one of our students. Patrick, you built the experience. How did it place education at the forefront of this experience?
Right. Thank you so much. I will just say it's been a wonderful experience working in the Reality Collab department and also building this space. And like Mr. Ruben said, it's a virtual space. EnchanTech Castle is a virtual space. And what we're trying to do with EnchanTech Castle is to gamify learning. And so we built the space in such a way that people could get inside the castle, and then their quests, they could solve puzzles, and it's centered around climate change. So we have a quest that asks people, what they do during cold weathers, how they, how they turn on their ACs, and using dishwashers, is it effective to control climate change? And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to gamify learning, and that helps increase retention for students and for learners. So we created the experience so that people could enter and then interact and then see the benefit of the metaverse and learning.
Did you have, from what I understand, somewhat of a Halloween theme to the
Yeah,
castle?
so we had some spooky monsters that would chase people around, and you have to eliminate the monsters and then find, because the monsters were coming into the castle because of the pollution in the river. So they had to stop the monsters and then find the source of the pollution and eliminate the source of the pollution.
When you finish at HCC, what are your next plans once you're finished here?
Yeah, so I actually joined Reality Collab because I'm passionate about education and using emerging technologies to solve problems in the space of education and access to quality education. So when I finish from HCC, and I want to start the journey now, I don't want to wait till I finish from HCC. I want to build product and applications in the metaverse that will help students in learning, and not just in places like in our society here in the US. And we're seeing places like Ukraine, Israel, Gaza. If we look at it in such a way that there are children there, they can go to school, they can learn. Or imagine having these devices that could help them learn in such environments. I want to use the experience and all I've learned in HCC to make the access to education be something that's going to be we're going to see in a big scale in no distant time.
Incredible. You mentioned occupations. Ruben, I want to go back to you. We've got about a minute or two left, but a number of occupations are popping up. I know I'm going through the list here. So I know metaverse planner, ecosystem developer, but the one that catches my attention here, metaverse storyteller. Tell us what that is.
So the way in which we are telling the stories are changing. And I do teach video production, but in the metaverse, the story as it unfolded yesterday was not just the quest that Patrick amazingly built, but also the areas outside where you had the University of Houston talking to students from Brazil and telling their stories of what they do. This is perhaps in academia how the storytelling is evolving in this way, but this could actually be translated to almost everything. For my class, I am introducing the students to have an immersive space where they go inside a Thai village to learn how to use camera angles to tell a story. And so the potential for storytelling is just amazing in this technology.
And the jobs just seem like they're just abundant and they can't get filled fast enough. Okay, we're going to Ruben Duran and Patrick Obumselu. We appreciate you joining us. We're going to have some information, Ruben, on these programs in our social media post after the show, because I know this is a growing industry and we're at the cutting edge, and we're proud to have you guys with HCC and glad to have you here with us this morning.
Great to be here, Todd.
All right, Amy, I'm going to turn things over to you. You know, years ago when I worked at the Southwest College, the big talk was students from around the world, youngsters taking these classes online or just watching speeches online. I can't remember the term. It was called maybe MOOCs or MOOCs. I don't know if you remember that. But
Yes.
it was like a trend that was growing. It seems like now we're growing leaps and bounds past that.
Absolutely. Yeah, MOOCs were massively open. I can't remember what the second O was, course. And the concept was that it's open, right? So anybody can take it. It's not copyrighted, or maybe it is copyrighted, but you can still access it. And they're still out there. That's how Coursera got its start.
It's amazing. And now look where we are 10 years later down the road. All right, Amy, I know you got some special guests with a gaming theme, so go ahead and take it over.
Yes, continuing our Gaming Wednesday, I'm happy to welcome Dr. Nazanin Hebel back to the show. She's a professor of biology at HCC Northwest, as well as the advisor of A-Leaf Anime Village Club, and also Dharma Lopez, who is our own HCC student and president of the club. Welcome back, Dr. Hebel, and welcome to the show, Dharma.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to talk to you both. Dr. Hebel, we're going to start with you. How did this club get started?
In fall of 21, this was something that we were planning on doing for a while. And in fall of 21, all the stars got aligned and three advisors found each other. And we had students who were interested in creating one. And we all came together and they started having their officer, elections and constitution. And it just came together and here we are, a couple of years later.
It's wonderful. Tell us about the club. What is it about?
It's pretty much anyone who is interested in anime or any kind of animation, and gaming, anything that has to do with that world. And I myself, my family, we are anime, people. We're big fans, and we have been for a long time. We go to conventions. In fact, the very first group of our students went to the Anime Matsuri the first year that we started, and it's pretty much for those who are anime fans and want to get together, watch anime together, talk about it, and just kind of socialize and enjoy.
Well, I'm also a big anime fan, and so is my family. So I completely understand the desire to have a club for anime. Dharma, tell us about your podcast.
Yes, so we just started a podcast. We do have a trailer that just released. It's kind of just like a mixture of fun and also analyzing both maybe new animes that come out, the live actions that also are released. It's just something that you can listen to when you're going to work and you're going to school. It's very fun and it's great to be like looking forward to it.
So talk to me a little bit about anime, because when I think of anime, I think of the last Airbender, right? Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I also think about, when I go to Netflix now, I have all these suggestions now. So are there categories? You said are there seminal anime? Are there newer ones? Like what qualifies?
Well, anime is like a category in its own. There's like the comedies, there's the romance, there's also what it's called slice of life. They all have their own story and they all have their own like special to them. Right now, for example, we have one that is very trending amongst us as students is Jujutsu Kaisen. It's one that is more fantasy like. There's also one that is called Spy X Family. It's a lot more like family friendly, and it's just like a cute anime overall. So there's like their own little categories within anime overall, kind of just like any other show that you would watch.
Well, and isn't there one with volleyball? Because I know my family watches that.
Haikyuu, I believe it's called. Yes.
We have to get the jerseys and then the characters and things like that.
Yes.
Well, so what are some events that you have coming up?
So right now, our biggest event that is coming up is our Friendsgiving. It's an event that is mainly used just to connect and kind of, have fun, spend Thanksgiving as friends together and even as a family. It's going to be on November 16th in the WHI in room 107 and both 171, I believe. There's those two rooms are one of them where we're gonna host a little like family movie, and the other one where we might be having possibly a professional cosplayer as a guest and just have fun and play games.
That sounds like the perfect Friendsgiving for the anime club and anybody else who's interested in anime. How about next semester? Do you have some things coming up next semester?
Yes, so we are planning a few things ahead of time, but one thing that is kind of in the brainstorming process is we might possibly have a mini convention here at the WHI where we will have guest speakers, possibly voice actors, different sections where you can actually sell things and a lot of games possibly, and it's gonna be great.
That sounds amazing. To have a mini convention. I can imagine that would be very popular. Dr. Hebel, do you have a favorite anime or a favorite anime character that you like to dress as when you go to a Comic-Con or an anime?
My favorites are anything from Miyazaki. So Kiki's Delivery Service and Totoro is my favorite. I always say Totoro is my spirit animal. So and also the Spy Family. If you haven't seen it, it's a very cute one for which is family oriented. One thing to add to what Dharma was saying, Dr. Hodges, our own Dr. Hodges, will be opening our Friendsgiving event, and we also may have wrapped cars, or like wrapped with anime Tesla and things like that coming.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And Dharma, do you have a favorite?
I do. My personal favorite is Code Geass. It's a really cool and strategical type of anime, which normally it isn't really people's type of taste, but once you get into it, it's really good.
I mean, that's what I love about anime is, it really has a wide variety and wide draw. We're also huge fans of Howl's Moving Castle. I think my kids have watched it a million times. I want to thank you both for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Nazanin Hebel, Professor of Biology at HCC Northwest, as well as the advisor of A-Leaf Anime Village Club, and Dharma Lopez, HCC student and president of the club. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us.
Thank you for having us.
We'll have all your information in our post after the show.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. We've got a few announcements to go over. We already talked about the Beta Check Orman. That's coming up. The auction is coming up on Friday. We'll have more information on that as the week progresses. But Amy, if students are graduating, now is the time to really do something about it, because today is the deadline for applications. Graduation's around the corner. If you're, are you on track to graduate? Well, deadlines are here now, folks. Today's the day. If you want to walk, HCC has a graduate checklist, which will make sure you keep you on track to complete, walk the stage, and has tips to prepare for the big day. Check our post after the show. Graduation deadline is today, Wednesday, November the 1st. More information in our post after the show. And we've got some faculty exhibitions, Amy, that are happening across the district, and those are also, unfortunately, ending soon.
That's right. So you need to get out quickly if you want to go and see these free exhibitions. There's a solo exhibition at HCC Stafford featuring the artworks of faculty member Amy Beth Wright. This is one of several faculty exhibitions around the HCC system that will close soon. So that's through this Friday, November 3rd. So you only have until Friday. Amy Beth Wright, her exhibition is at HCC Northwest Spring Branch Gallery. Again, it's free, and be sure to check the post after the show.
Okay, Beethoven sonatas. Those are happening at HCC's Recital Hall out in Stafford. The Camera artistic director Sarah Rothenberg will play the late Beethoven sonatas at a special HCC concert. This is free as well. Another free event. No need to register, just attend. We'll have a link in our post after the show. Should be a great event. And we also have a digital access center that's going to be opening next week on one of our campuses.
That's right. So there are, I believe, 10 of these around the system. So these are for everyone to use. So be sure to look for them coming. There'll be a series of ribbon cuttings. I think this is the first one. A ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Digital Access Center at HCC's A-Leaf Hayes campus will be held next week. These centers provide internet access, technology devices, and quiet areas for studying or meeting tutors. The ribbon cutting is going to be 10 a.m. Wednesday, November 8th at HCC A-Leaf Hayes Campus Library. No need to register, just attend.
Okay, I want to skip down to our graduation, not graduation, but registration announcement. We are now registering for the spring. That's right, spring registration is underway. Don't wait. Get the classes you want. We got 5 ways to learn. Online anytime, completely online. Online on a schedule, which is kind of interactive, set time, and the course meets still online. 2 hybrid versions, hybrid courses, hybrid labs, which are a mixture of in-person and online, and then in-person classes. Those are the ones that can fill up fast, very quickly. So make sure you go to hccs.edu/apply today to register. Thursday Family Fun Day, the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft will be here tomorrow talking about their upcoming family festival. And we'll have the grants department here. They've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. getting us some funding for programs and classes. They'll be talking about that tomorrow as well. They raised some big funds, Amy. Good to see you on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Once again, Betachek Orman, Friday night. Time is once again, Amy?
I think it's at 6 o'clock. Go check the post after the show.
We'll put the information in the post. Definitely Friday night for a good cause. Thanks for being here, folks. Shardae's here tomorrow. I'll be back Friday. We're live tomorrow, 10 a.m. with Up to the Minute.